I'm going to show you how to replace a temperature control gauge on this here old refrigerator. So follow to the end and you'll see the amazing results on replacing this. It's easier than you think. Anyone can do it. Join me as I share stories of my life as a kid, bringing junk home and turning it into something useful. Fact is, I'm still doing this today at age 69. All you need is a Phillips screwdriver to disassemble. So come right in here and I want to show you this refrigerator. You see this right here is what I have to remove. Now I've worked on this in previous videos and it does work pretty good. Temperature maintains between 30 and 40, but it's a little sporadic. So I want to replace the temperature control mechanism that's behind this to see if I can get this to operate a little bit more effectively. I could use it the way it is, don't get me wrong, but I just am not quite satisfied with it. First thing I need to do is take this shelf out. And then there are a few screws here that I have to take off. Right here, and a couple back here, and a few here. They come out easy. I'll bring it back in once I get this removed. I'm down to the last screw, so let's take that out and we'll pull this out. Oh, two more. I forgot up here yet. I guess I'm not down to the last screw, am I? There's two up here that hold the top in place. Okay. Once you get that loose, pull it out. There's one little plug that you have to undo, and that's right here. So let's get that unplugged. Okay, this fought me just a little bit, but what I ended up doing is just getting a little screwdriver like this and slipping it in here so that it would unhook from this little catch right there. Then it came right out. So let's get this out of here now. Okay, we got it out. I'll carry it over to my bench and I'll bring it right back. It's this part right here that we're going to replace. And let's see here. Looks like there's a couple of clips. One right there. And yeah, fairly easy to remove. We got to slide this off. It just slid on there. And I'll slide that off the shaft. And there's just a couple of clips that need to be squeezed in and then put back. And so you can see, I don't know if you can or not, but how easy that slides off. And there's two clips that you squeeze here, and the whole mechanism comes out. And it has wires that clip on, a little sensor tube, and this right here. So let's get our new product out. I guess this isn't a product, it's a part. So let's open it up. And that's all it is that right there. So ideally would be to, let's just make sure that we've got the same part here. It looks close. That would go right like that. This would go like this. And We'll pull this off right here, and it will slide right onto this one. And then this is top and bottom. I'm going to assume something here that may not be true. This is set up just a little bit differently. But this will go in like this. And I'm going to assume this one goes there. And that one goes there. But let's look. See if there's any markings on there. I can't see any, but let me get my glasses so I can see a little bit better. There's no real markings on the back of this, so top and bottom, pretty sure it goes like this. I guess I'm not exactly positive, but I'm pretty sure. So we'll put that there. And we'll do the coily trick like they did on theirs. We'll take this and we'll just coil it around. That's not perfectly symmetrical, but I believe that'll work. And then all this does is snap back into here. That's in place, and then this little green wire attached right there. And then, in a previous video, I repaired this, and it worked fine, but I did find a new one, so I'm going to go put the new one on. Let's get this opened up. And there's a specific way this goes on. This has a channel right there. You can see that. And there's a little control notch that has to slide into. And right there it is. Now all that's left is to test it out. I'm going to clip this in like that. There's the new evaporator motor that I had replaced in a previous video. And, you know, that really works well. So let's go back over to the refrigerator and see if we can't test this. In the reinstallation of this, there's only one thing you really need to be concerned about, and it's this rubber piece right here. This rubber gasket sometimes gets pushed out of place, and you want to make sure that that's where you want it before you slide it back in there. Let's go ahead and put this back in. Case in point, right there, that slipped off. There we go. Let's slip it back in there now. Don't forget to plug the cord back in, or the cable, and that's plugged back in. Shove it back up there. And my suggestion is that you just get one screw in somewhere. Help hold it in place so you can get the others. And I'm going to put this one in right here. Perfect. Okay, let me get this bolted back in and I'll bring you back in. All screwed back into place. Just used a handful of tools, Phillips, and this little small straight screwdriver is basically all you need. But let's see how this works. I plugged it in, it took right off again. You can hear it. Temperature is up to 65 since I had it opened. I'm going to set it at about 4 here on the gauge. And I'm going to let it run for a couple hours, and then I'll keep you posted. We want to see if this is actually going to work the way it's supposed to. The only other thing I want to do to this refrigerator is reverse the door swing. When it sits in our garage, it's be easier to pull from this. And that's just a matter of a couple of screws, top and bottom, flip the door over and screw it back on. It's a real easy process. I'll bring you back when this cools down. This old refrigerator's been running now a couple hours, and I've checked it periodically. Actually, it's probably been running 3 hours, but I've been checking it periodically, and it seems like it's holding its temperature pretty accurately. I had to adjust it some, but I'll show you. I'm going to go in here and grab the gauge and let you look at it. That's about 36 degrees there, and that's just about perfect for this refrigerator. So we're going to call this video a wrap, and I'm actually going to call this project complete. It's been a long time in coming. I ran into a few obstacles. Go back and look at some of my other videos where I replaced the evaporator motor and ran into some difficulty there with bad parts. But go back and look at those videos. I'll link them in the description. And if you have any comments about how you've tackled appliance repairs, I'd love to hear them. I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel. It's encouraging to see that. And as I've said in previous videos, I'll say here, can it be fixed? Sure can. Can you fix it? You're darn right you can. Until the next one.